Alright, you guys, what's up? I am a Diamond Elo Strategist player. Sorry, can't talk. I'm a Diamond Elo Invisible Woman main, and I just wanted to spectate this game and comment over it because, you know, I did pretty darn good in this game. Thought it'd be a good one to showcase and show players who are trying to pick her up, want to know what she's all about, want to know, you know, the general feel of how to play her, etc. So here we are, we're pushing in here on this map. Always forget the name of this map. Anyways, we're trying to get onto site. I'm doing my best just to keep relative positioning here. Pretty standard tactician positioning here. Obviously, she does have a range limit on her main attack, so you can't be super far away. And you want to be able to hit the enemies with it as well, at the same time as heal your allies. So you want to be, you know, kind of medium distance from everything. Not too close so you get targeted, obviously. I tried to pull, you know, the enemies off the ledge there. The Raccoon got away. Trying to keep my people healthy. No, Invisible Woman is fun because she has such a high rate of abilities that you're using. There's always something coming off cooldown within the next couple seconds between her force field, her pull, her damaging AoE ability. You know, you always have something that you can use, and you should be using all of them frequently, right? You don't want to just not use them because that's how you get the most value out of her. Obviously, you want to use her AoE. What's it called? Oops, sorry. Let's back up there a little bit. Obviously, you want to use her AoE orb to do damage, but you know, it doesn't do like an insane amount of damage, so the best way to use it is to zone people out of areas. Use it in chokes. Use it around corners where you know the enemies are going to be. Use it in areas where you don't want the enemies to be able to sit and have vision on your team. Keeping my team healthy. Now, your push-pull ability does do a little bit of damage, okay? So you can use it to secure kills. In this particular game, I think I end up using it mostly to secure kills. I'm just kind of like right there, just kind of spamming it a little bit there, or, you know, trying to secure the kill there. It's a very versatile ability. A very fun ability, in my opinion. Like, one of the coolest abilities in the game. One of the most fun to use. You know, right there, you know, I don't really know if that was the best use of it. That was kind of a spamming situation there, but it's okay. It does do a little bit of damage. I like to use it, like right there, I drew the Thor in closer to our team so we could hopefully get a kill there. Right there is the bane of my existence, the Moon Knight ult. I swear, I think I die more to that friggin' ultimate than anything else. But yeah, you want to use the pull. I mean, obviously, use the push as more defensive, or you can push somebody off a cliff. There's always that. You can also pull somebody into a pit. I think this guy gets me here. Yeah, he does. See, I'm not quite used to dealing with his ultimate. Understanding his damage, you know, how fast he moves and all that. Starting to get it. The Mr. Incredible ultimate, that is. So I do go down there, which was a bummer since I had just gotten back to the fight. Always frustrating. One thing you can do with Invisible Woman is save your ult to use it to counteract dangerous enemy ults that you know are coming. And as a tactician, you really need to be keeping track of the enemy's ults, who has used what. That way you know what you need to be afraid of. So in this particular situation, we would be afraid of their Moon Knight ult, maybe their Thor ult, you know, all of them really. But in particular, let's say the Moon Knight ult, it is really good to know when it's going to be up. And as a tactician, I take it upon myself. I mean, any hero class can do this, but as a tactician, I kind of see ourselves as, you know, we're in the back line, we have good vision of everything, we are kind of mindlessly healing a lot of the time, so we have the ability to make out calls, alert team to dangers, you know, make call outs, shot call, that maybe a duelist, it's harder for them to do it because they are just working on micro and intense like aiming and things like this, right? Along that note, you know, tanks would be the other class that I'd say can comfortably shot call, especially if they're, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm engaging right here." It's obviously a good thing to call. But yeah, I like to keep track of enemy ults and their, you know, their approximated charge rate for our team. So I'll just say in comms, I'll be like, "Hey, Moon Knight ult's probably up in just a second here. Careful, don't group up." "Hey, Thor's ult is just about up here, guys. Don't group up." Or a huge one is, "Hey, Doctor Strange ult. Doctor Strange probably has ult, guys. Don't bunch around him, you know." And then if you see an enemy Doctor Strange like running at your team, there's obviously a reason for that. Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing you're thinking about is using your force fields on pretty much anyone who's taking damage, just to take pressure off. Primarily squishies, right? Obviously, who don't have a switch life. So constantly using your force fields, because the cooldown's pretty low. You can get those off pretty often, and if you're not using them, then you're just kind of wasting your potential. I think the squirrels get me here. Yeah, the squirrels just bounce around in this tiny little area. I did not expect them to just go right back and forth there. So focus on making sure you're rotating all your skills, getting your force fields off. Use it or lose it, right? Getting your force fields off, using your AoE damage to do damage or push enemies out of little areas. And then obviously you're going to be healing people. You want to align yourself so that you are healing, you're both healing your team and dealing damage to the enemies at the same time. So obviously you would need to have a line of sight where you're lining up your tanks with the enemy tanks. You're kind of standing in a line, right? So those are all pretty easy to get down on autopilot, you know, where you're just kind of doing it automatically. You don't have to think too much about those things. So what you're really thinking about, I'd say, is putting like 60% of your thought into getting really solid use of your push-pull ability, your telekinesis, because that's a really teamfight deciding ability. And it has so many uses that you really have to think about, okay, how am I going to use this? Am I going to use it defensively? Am I going to use it offensively? You know? It's always better to use it offensively if you don't think you're going to need it defensively. You know, if you're not being doved, what's the word? If you're not getting dived on by enemy like Panthers or something like this, and you feel like you're safe, yeah, use it offensively. Yeah, we just cleaned up there. A A lot of times I'll use it on enemies who are trying to escape, like say, especially a tank, like a Groot, for example, an enemy Groot who just got in a scuffle with your team and he's trying to back off to get healed by his healers. You know, Groots don't have very much mobility, so you can easily pull that Groot back in and secure that kill. I mean, and that's huge. That's huge right there. Note that you can't pull an enemy who's using an active shield, such as Doctor Strange shield or a Magneto shield. It will not work through the shield, so just don't use it then. So right here, I'm trying to decide how to split my attention. I decide I want to keep them alive if possible, but they had a pretty good push here. Yeah, I just go down again. I probably could have, let's see, how could I have played this better? Let's see. I mean, I may not have been able to. It seems like we lost that pretty handedly, honestly. I'm not sure that was felt self. Even if I played perfectly, I'm not sure I could have saved that, just because their abilities, their saved up ults, just impacted our team too much. So that's fine. In some situations, you just gotta back up.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
One note on Mr. Fantastic is to essentially just ignore him when he's doing his bloated defensive stance, right? You're not gonna do damage to him. In fact, the more damage you do to him, he just shoots back at you, right? So just don't shoot him. Just kind of ignore him, because he's not gonna hurt you for a couple seconds there. Yeah, so you're just constantly spamming your ability. Okay, here comes this ult. I tried to push him away there, but it looks like I missed. Yeah, you just want to keep, healing your team, using all of your abilities. You're kind of like just machine gunning abilities. You're healing, you're shooting your damage ball, you're shooting your healing, you're doing damage that way. Yeah, in particular, using what's it called? Her big orb that deals damage over time. It's really important to use that in good locations because it just adds a lot of mental pressure to the enemy team. Just that extra 3 or 4 seconds that makes them have to reposition around it is huge. All these little things add up. If everyone on your team is using their abilities that makes the enemy team have to reposition for 3 seconds or 4 seconds, and you just keep chaining these things, that's how you get pressure on an enemy team. If you aren't using these abilities properly, and none of your team is using their abilities properly, then the enemy team literally they have nothing to worry about. They can just walk around freely and do whatever they want, and that's how you just get ran over as a team. That's what's going on when you just get super smashed in some of your games, and you wonder what is going on. That's largely what's going on. Nobody is creating pressure at all. Always remember you have your double jump to get away and heal. They can see your trajectory when you first jump, right? They see where you're jumping towards, so it's good to switch the way you're running after you land. Otherwise, they can just kind of guess where you are. Keep shooting.
Please. I'll save the world.
Now, Invisible Woman, right? It's kind of hard to heal yourself. So it's good to stay around your other tactician if you're finding yourself getting attacked a lot and needing healing. Kind of like I'm doing right here with Rocket. And of course, the other way is to cast a force field on one of your teammates and then just stand in it to heal yourself. You can heal yourself with your passive healing when you're invisible, but it's slow. It's really slow.
Feeling fantastic. Psionic burst.
Yeah, not the best push there. It's good to stay as calm as possible, because when you start panicking, that's when you mess up, start losing games, right? It's just like how they say don't panic when you're swimming, or you will drown. I'd say, as a rule of thumb, if you really are unsure what to do, if you're feeling like you might die, it's better to play it safer than sorry, right? It's better to back out for a couple seconds and then re-engage and not die than it is to die and then be out of the game for, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Always better just to back out for a couple seconds and then re-engage when you feel safe. Yeah, I had several kind of failed push-pulls there, unfortunately. We are having an epic battle here. You gotta love those, 2-3 minute battles on a single point. But we managed to push them off here, and they are just pretty much... they know right now they have 10 seconds left. They know they're in big trouble. There's nothing they can do. Their rocket runs in for a final Hail Mary, but it's not going to be enough. And we secure the win. So, yeah, I hope I explained some stuff for Invisible Woman. I think you guys will really like her. Honestly, she has so much agency for a tactician that she is super fun to play. I highly recommend putting some games into her. Especially if you have an allied Mr. Fantastic. It just has to play Mr. Fantastic. The team up is pretty nice for him, so yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. This is crazy. They actually... Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm gonna back up here because I just want to relive this moment. So they actually, I forgot. They actually managed to get back on the point here. Let's see. I go down to their cloak and dagger. So a rocket's left trying to heal them while I get run back from spawn. Yeah, and so right here, it's not looking amazing, right? Look at all their... Oh, that's right. I just get my ultimate. I get my ultimate just in time, and I pop it so our team can run in. And this is the power of Invisible Woman. I mean, look at numbers wise. It looks like there's no way we were going to take that point back, right? I spam my push there to kind of get them back. Stay back enough to stay healthy. Keeping my tanks alive. Look at that. Look at that epicness. Look at that epicness. That was a really good game. So again, I think you guys will really enjoy this tactician. Hope you guys learned from this, and yeah, consider to follow me for more, you know, coaching stuff, informational videos, funny videos, anything Marble Rivals, guys. There you go, 29,924. Look, 17k damage. That is not bad for Tacticianer. Not bad. Plus, you know, 38k healing. It's not like I wasn't healing, because luckily you can do both of these at the same time, right? So that's it, guys. I hope you have a great day. Please follow me for more. I got more videos coming out all the time. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.